to all sellers, set right price, not underpriced, not overpriced. And that's important.
Well, selling through technology is for real, so get ready.
All right, so be prepared to sell through technology. Make sure you get good advice and pick a good agent suitable for your needs. All right, next question. What is the most important trend in property industry today, Harry?
Virtualization of property shows.
Wow, that's right. But my view, asset progression. And right now, people are buying bigger properties simply because of work from home environment.
Okay, I believe that be financial savvy and understand your own financial status.
I think more importantly is buy according to your needs and know your own situations, understand the global trends and the local market. That will help you to make a wiser choice.
I believe the K-shaped economic recovery now has caused some people able to upgrade, but some of them need to downgrade.
I think recovery and growth as people focus on recovery, sentiments are good. And of course, the confidence level increases as well.
Okay, so overall, we see the trends of still rising prices, even though it is very customized to your own personal needs. I think it's a more chaotic world today than a year ago. And I think there's also a general theme of bigger assets, like bigger spaces. We are all locked up at home. Everybody wants a bigger space. So there's more demand for bigger space. So equally important for property investors, what is the most important trait or skill to be a successful property investor, Bruce?
Well, a keen eye for detail and really not to follow the trend, but spot trends before it really happens.
Master the 4 Ps, purpose, plan, protect, and progression.
I think being a successful property investor, you need to have the knowledge. The knowledge is not just restricted to the local domestic market, but on the global trends that how it can affect you, because Singapore being so small, we can never live alone.
I think financial is still the most important thing. So make sure that you buy within your means.
A good understanding of the current real estate market is important. The past will not equate to today's norm. And that's really, really prudent. And most importantly, not to be emotional in any purchase.
No, I think the resources are available. So it's important to understand the macro trend and the micro trend, both combine them to make an informed decision for yourselves.
Very consistent answers, and as well as consistent to past answers as well. Be prudent, customize your own situation, and get educated. How would interest rate change, and how would buyers and homeowners act accordingly, Perry?
I'll leave this to the experts.
Okay. Thanks, Perry. Yep. I'm not expecting in the near foreseeable future any huge increase, and Singapore has been enjoying low interest rate. However, it is always prudent to be financially not overcommit.
I suppose as a buyer, you still have to reserve certain cash for your coming installment. And for homeowner, I think maybe good chance to go for refinancing.
Interest rate is likely to stay low. So as long as you have that holding window of 5 years, I'm sure you will be in a good situation where the interest rate goes up and down.
My advice is to secure a long interest rate if possible, because the interest rate now is very attractive.
So on my end, I feel interest rates will continue to stay low. How you should really act is go speak to your trusted real estate advisor and let them work out your portfolio and see what is the next move to actually make.
All right. And for the audience, in case you don't already know, interest rate is low today. So take advantage of this. It will continue to stay low. So take advantage of this window to make sure that you get cheap financing. And also at the same time, be prudent, don't over borrow. And thanks to MAS, we probably are quite well protected in that regard with things like TDSR and MSR anyway. All right. And last 3 questions. Strong demand for luxury properties we've seen recently. Why, Bruce?
Well, Singapore is regarded as a safe haven to many. So government policies, they encourage a lot of opening of these family offices, which attract the ultra high net worth into our country.
The prices are very attractive now because over the years, the price gap between the luxury market and other segments has been narrowing.
I think luxury market is always something we'd like to own, and in District 9 and 10, 11, developers are also making smallish apartments so that the affordability in these good location, luxury locations, does appeal to the local market.
I suppose our prices still very attractive to some of the country people like China, from China, people from Hong Kong. Okay, so you are able to attract them. Then additional, I think Singapore is a safe haven, so they don't mind to invest in Singapore.
Singapore is seen as a global city in the eyes of foreigners. Ranked #1 in many fronts. Certainly, foreigners want the price asset in Singapore luxury properties.
Yeah. Like as a layperson, I've seen some great deals. So the question in my mind is not why luxury properties. The question is why not.
We hope we got to get invited to your luxury home soon, Barry. So I think as all of us know, Singapore is an iconic city, definitely ranked #1 in many aspects. It's a safe haven. Many foreigners would want to invest and move here. But which is also partially why it drives up demand even locally, whether it's to buy for your own stay or as well as to keep assets value because you know it will appreciate. And this is also a good time to buy, it seems, from the panelists' comments, that luxury properties actually have very good pricing today. Last two questions. En blocs coming back, Perry?
This is a question for the experts.
Okay, that's nice again. Yeah, I think en bloc have a fair opportunity to come back only if the reserve price by the owners are right. Any old price or high price, I think the chances are slim.
I suppose that when there's reduced land sales by the government, the en bloc market is always there.
I think developers are also very mindful. During the recent NUS sentiment index, developers are very cautious. But however, having said this, we are all aware that the land supply is diminishing and the unstocked sold inventory is also on a very low basis.
Believe it will come back, but developer will likely go for mid-size or small-size development.
They're definitely seeing the trend of developers on the lookout, refill their land bank. And now we see a lot of committees also being set up in the various developments, so to really spur and facilitate this.
That sounds very exciting. And so the conclusion is that supply is low, the need to buy land from developers is definitely going to be there. In fact, we just recently saw one, a pretty significant one in Serangoon. So for advice for the committees living or the owners committees, don't go crazy on pricing. This is a different world. Do have right expectations, and perhaps you would make some very good returns on your property. And last question, just to wrap up. What is the most important thing buyers should get out of the Singapore Property Show 2021? Bruce?
Essentially, the knowledge. So really the knowledge to choose the right development and be assured and also be confident to take action right after this.
I think the buyer can fast track their market knowledge. Most importantly, enjoy their property shopping by staying at home.
I think on this show, you get a knowledge. Knowledge is power. You get access, sit down to view all so many properties that the developer can offer. It definitely shortens your choices and your view in deciding the right property.
I believe that the buyer can really listen from the view of different agencies on the different property, so they are able to make more informed decision and make their choice.
I want to say thank you, Perry and Darius, because last year we had an amazing journey, SPS20, and as Steve at the start of it said, more than 185,000 people attended the webinars. This year, as an inaugural partner together with MediaCorp and 99, I'm happy as we consented to bring in other agencies, ERA and the rest, because this is going to be the mega event. And for consumers, you have a wider choice of webinars. Knowledge is power. Get to understand the real estate market, get to understand your salespeople and what all the agencies have got to offer in the next 2 weekends.
I would say Singapore Property Show is an exciting platform to enable the sellers and empower the buyers. And I would urge all of them to make the most of it.
And thank you again for all of your great insights. Thank you for being here to kick off this year's SPS. Back to you, Stephen.
Thanks so much, Darius. Thanks so much, Perry, for bringing us through that session. Thanks to all our panel of guests as well. You've heard from all the top property experts in the country. I mean, where else can you find everyone literally in one room, your room, you know, on screen? So thanks to all of them. Now, if you didn't get a chance to take part in the lucky draw, well, sorry, folks, the time has now closed for that session. But what I am going to do is I'm going to call up my special magic wheel. It's going to appear right here. That's right. And this, we're going to give it a bit of a spin. All your names are in there. Let's find out who our winners are and see if I can magically do this. We've got lots of names in there. There are so many that I really cannot see them. But congratulations to Chin Heng Sim. Those are the last 4 digits of your phone number. Heng Sim, congrats. You are the first of our 2 winners to win $100. And I believe we're going to spin it one more time to get one more winner. Okay, shall we put that on screen and spin? I get used to this. And Yet Yi Shi. Again, those are the last 4 digits of your phone number. If that is your name, Yi Shi, congratulations to you. 2 of you are the first of our 2 lucky draw winners. The folks from Singapore Property Show will be in touch with you to tell you all about your cash prize and how you can collect it. Don't worry, for the rest of you, every session during this whole Singapore Property Show, I mean, every session, every webinar you attend, there's so many, but each of them will have 2 winners for $100. So you definitely want to sign up for all the webinars that are lined up over this weekend and next weekend. We are not going to stop. We're going to jump right into our next session because Ismail is going to come back right here to join me for that. For those of you who are just joining us, good morning and welcome to the Singapore Property Show 2021, brought to you by MediaCorp and our partners 99 Group and top real estate agencies PropNext, ERA, Huttons, Orange Sea, and SRI. I'm Stephen Chia. I'll be your host for today. Now, for our first session here, we have Ismail Ghaffar. He is the CEO of PropNext. You just heard from him a short while ago. Joining him will be Ms. Wong Siu Ying, Head of Research and Content of PropNext. And they're going to share with us some insights into the property outlook for this year, 2021. You know, I mean, with overall property home prices rising by 2.9% in the first quarter of 2021. And the question people are asking also is, could there perhaps be more property cooling measures coming our way? Well, we want to find out all of that from the 2 of them in just a short moment. And as I promised, another lucky draw. So the link is on screen. Sign up, put your name in there, and at the end of the session, we will spin the wheel and find out who our 2 lucky winners are. But otherwise, I'm going to now invite Ismail to come back here right now to take my spot. He's going to come in. Oh, not just yet. We want to take a short break. Okay, we're going to take a short 10-minute break, about 10 to 15 minutes, and we will come back on screen. So make sure, go get your coffee, get a nice hot drink, get settled in, because we've got a whole bunch of webinars coming up. If you're not sure, go online, look at them as well, and sign up. All that is coming your way in just a short while. I'll be back later.